back with another. So I got my pre-workout in hand as always. I'm in the middle of the storefront here because it's related to the topic. So we're going to be hitting mostly upper chest workouts with triceps. And today's topic is how to actually start a clothing brand. So I'm going to split it in 5 topics or 5 steps, starting with designing, to manufacturing, to marketing and branding, to retention, and then finally scaling. So as we get into the workout, we'll go into each step on how to actually create a clothing brand in 2024 and an e-commerce brand in 2024. So with that being said, we're gonna check this and then get straight into it. I did a warm-up set already, so we got straight into it. I got a pair of 100-pound dumbbells here, and yeah, just gonna do 3 to 4 sets. Move on to another free weight exercise. I'm thinking probably I'll just do like incline flies here right after, and then we'll move on to other machines. Here we go. So point number 1 is designing. So when you're starting a clothing brand, if you see my other videos too, I strongly would not spend time on any drop shipping type of businesses. When you are creating a clothing brand, you're going into the market and competing with real clothing brands, especially online where things are all over social media. Word can get around a lot quicker. So you want to come out the correct way. You want to present your brand and your products the right way. So with that being said, I would spend some time into researching and figuring out what kind of products you want to make, spending some time designing them. If you don't know how to design them, maybe spend some time working with a designer, or maybe bringing a partner that is better at designing, and figure out what exactly the market wants, what type of stuff is trending, what season it is, so you make products for that season, what colors are up, what sizes would sell for you. All of these things matter. So I'd probably create a list of products that you want to make in the first place, which will then bring you into step 2, which is manufacturing. I'm gonna do one more set here with the hundreds because I still got 8 solid reps. If I get a little less than 8, we're gonna drop it down 10-15 pounds and do our last set like that. 2. Okay, thanks.
Nice.
One more.
Yeah. Up. Nice.
The second point of this topic, which is manufacturing. This is something that I covered in How to Make $10,000 a Month Online video as well, not too long ago. But to just summarize and reinstate it here, what you would want to do is find a manufacturer or a couple manufacturers that can create your design. So once you know exactly what I said earlier, fabric, styles, designs, colors, sizing, all that stuff, prices, shipping costs, all of that stuff, then I would either search on places like Alibaba or even Google local manufacturers in your country, in your city, if you want to go see them in person, or if you're okay to go overseas, you do local manufacturers in Turkey, you can do manufacturing in Vietnam, in Pakistan, all sorts of stuff. But if you have to make sure that these manufacturers can create, especially the fabrics that you're trying to create. A lot of times if you're, let's say, doing it in Canada, they can't really make too many of the spandex, elastane, nylon type of fabrics. It's just too high of a cost. The manufacturing facilities don't really provide that. So if anything, they're probably getting it overseas and then redistributing it to you as well, which just brings up your prices more on the back end, which means your margins are going to be lower. So in my opinion, if you're doing like loungewear or activewear type of brands, I would just go overseas anyway. The first thing I would do is, again, go on these websites that do provide multiple suppliers and manufacturers and figure out who you want to work with that do produce the same exact kind of product that you want to create. So if you are, let's say for example on Alibaba, I would pick verified suppliers, people that have been in business and certified by Alibaba. It's a more trustful source. Because you're dealing with or looking at hundreds of thousands of different manufacturers, you do have to filter them out. I also would probably pick manufacturers that have been in business for a few years and then click on their store and see how much their annual revenue is as well. That will give you a good idea of who to work with and who has customers all around too. I probably wouldn't work with anyone that has less than at least a few 100,000 sales annually US. So that's a good indicator of who you want to work with. Once you figure out who these suppliers are, reach out to a few of them. You give them exact directions of what you're looking for. See which one communicates well with you, which one speaks good English, which one just provides you a good service overall, and then create some samples. So I probably pick 4 to 5 different manufacturers, make a few samples from each, and once you get the products in, you can start to test their quality, like how the product actually fit, how is their sizing, how is their color dye, how is the fabrics, how is the fit, how is just the material and overall presentation of this product, and as well as how fast did it ship, what were the cost of the samples, what kind of prices are they going to give you on shipping or on bulk orders. All of these things matter. Third exercise here, got the plate loaded. I'm just gonna go straight to it. So I put up 3 plates, see how many reps we get. I'm gonna do 3 working sets here in total, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. I wanna get to triceps soon too, so it's probably gonna be 1 or 2 more chest exercises after this one. So you have all the samples made and you have seen like which manufacturers worked well with you and checked off all the criteria and checked off all the requirements that I had listed previously. Then the next step I would do is pick those couple manufacturers and make more samples. So this batch of samples is going to be having multiple designs that you are creating, but at the same time in all size ranges that you want to create to make sure each size is done correctly and has enough size difference from the next size. So small has enough from medium, has enough from large, has enough from extra large, so forth. And at the same time, you want to create all of the colors in samples as well. This is just to make sure that those colors do come true to the colors that you want them to, because initially it's just going to be a digital Pantone code or whatever, but when you do get it in hand, it could be a little bit different. So you want to make sure the consistency is good with these manufacturers. You probably even want to throw it in the wash and see if the color dye comes off or not, if the product is fully cotton or any other fabric, if it shrinks or not. These are all very important things that you want to make sure before it goes into the market and on your website, that it is a prime product and it doesn't have any problems before it gets in the hands of the customers. In terms of manufacturing, once you do have all of the products and samples made in all the size ranges and all the colors, you bring it in, you make sure everything is good, and that's when you end up placing your bulk order with the manufacturers, because you finalized everything, and you can get to the next step, which is branding and marketing. That's it. Okay, so for the next exercise, gonna do seated incline flies. Get that upper inner chest in. I don't usually do this exercise, so I'm gonna do 3 sets here, and then that's about it. That's it for chest, and move on to triceps. What's up, bro? Halfway. Okay, this brings us to our final exercises. I haven't done this one in a while, so it's a single arm rope push downs or tricep extensions. So I'm gonna do both arms, 3 sets on each side, even maybe 2 sets on each side if I can really get partials at the end. And then we're gonna do a couple other tricep exercises. And then finishing off our topic, we still have 2 points to talk about. The next point that I'm getting into, actually 3 points to talk about. So the next point that we're getting into is branding and marketing. This is where your brand is set up. So you're gonna set up your website. If you wanna look at that video of how to make $10,000 a month online, I go in detail about the Shopify and setting up the sites and all that too. But to summarize it, basically you want a platform to set up your site on. You wanna have nicely branded, your fonts, your colors, just the vibe of the, what's up? Huh? Why are you laughing?
This looks so cute.
It's good. And then you want to make sure that your entire brand is properly set up to how you want it to look like. So that would be the next step. On that, you want to take professional photos of all the samples that you got in, all the size ranges and colors, put them nicely on the site, probably grab a studio, and then get professional photos. I usually like to do 4 to 6 websites. I usually like to do 4 to 6 photos per product. That gives enough of the angles of each product for the customer to browse and shop from, and then have a nice description in place too that's also branded to your fonts. All the navigation is nice and easy to use, so they can find your products easily. And then next part is setting up your social. So you want to make sure your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, that's all set up properly. you are posting organic content that is high quality as well. I recommend doing in-house content, but at the same time, to create a community around your company, your products, you want to do collaborations, have affiliates, have athletes. So all of these things are very important too. You want, and if you can afford it too, doing some paid advertisements, using Facebook ads or TikTok ads that are targeted to your demographic, then that's another thing that you have to get into as well. So we'll do this set and I'll get further into it. We're properly set up the socials, especially on Instagram, because I would see that as like a product catalog that's professionally done. So when people are coming to view the products, it's high quality, it's easy to navigate, it has all the links attached, and in the tag post there's a community around it that is wearing your products. Something that is working well that I would highly recommend you guys to consider too is be up with the market trend. So let's say, for example, on Instagram, reels are a big thing. So you want to show your products in a reel format and a video format. That's what trending sounds, and that'll just pick up on the explore feed a lot. And then on the flip side, on TikTok, you want to be able to show these products and maybe carousel photos with a good story of text overlays on it, because that's what's working on TikTok right now as well. So as you are doing the marketing for your new brand, you want to make sure that you are doing it properly with the current trends right now as well. When you are marketing properly on Instagram and TikTok, you want to make sure you spend equal time not only creating organic content yourself, but also spend time working with the right collaborations that are in your industry, that are by influencers, whether micro influencers or bigger influencers that preach your products, wear your products, talk about your products, promote your products. And it could be like either other brands or just them wearing it themselves or giving out valuable information. In this case, for a clothing brand or activewear brand, they're doing trial and hauls, they're doing workout reels, they are putting out high quality images, they're interacting in the comments, so they're engaging with the people that are asking them questions about products and giving them size guides and so forth. These are the type of people that you want to work with that will end up converting for you in the long run as well. And I feel like a lot of brands, like still, especially in your brands, don't really take that into consideration. You guys want to save as much money as possible in the beginning and not be able to give out products for free, but for you to actually scale, you need to add in some sort of marketing budget. Even if that means that you can't spend money on ads, you want to make sure you have some sort of budget where you can give away 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 sets away to proper collaborations, because once they start wearing your stuff, they can promote those items and actually end up converting for you and create real customers. At the end of the day, in the beginning stages, it's about getting your word out. It's about getting the brand out, people wearing, get people talking about it, and the money will come after. Starting out, like I said, if you have limited amount of products on hand, and you want to use some of it for marketing and you run out of other product, then that's okay, because you can just put stuff up as pre-orders. As long as you are transparent with the shipping timing and that this product is on pre-order, then customers will buy. And for whatever reason, as you scale and some of the manufacturing ends up being delayed, then just be transparent with them, do customer service properly, let them know that some products are delayed, and maybe you'll have a few refunds, but most of them will still be understanding of it as well. So this is a strategy that continues to work, and it's a strategy that will actually give you a better understanding of what size they're selling more too. So when it comes to actually purchasing and ordering those, which I recommend as soon as you put them on the site, they should be in production anyway, that you can make those kinds of sizes. So when the time comes to ship them, most of those products and variants are already sold out, versus you just ordering a bunch of stuff in the beginning and then having it sit in your warehouse for X amount of time because you ordered too many XL or too many extra small, where really your customers wear smalls and mediums. Next point that we're getting onto is retention. This is based off that you already have done all of the previous steps and you're probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 months into building this brand and you have some sales and traction coming in. At this point, what you want to do is, how do you keep these customers? How do you get referrals? How do you gain new customers? So something that worked very well for us that I would suggest to you guys as well is starting off by offering them some sort of incentives to continuously purchase from you. So you beat the prices in the market, you beat the quality in the market, you beat the service in the market, and also the shipping time and any other advantages that you can pick at. Maybe you help donate some funds to a charity of choice. It's something that we do as well, which encourages customers to shop with you because they can have a part in donating to charities and nonprofits. We also have a recycling program, so customers have the option to send back some of their product to us every month. In exchange, they get some store credit. So a bunch of incentives like this works very well for customers. You can make your own incentives as well that target and align with your customers. I can't give you the specifics. This is what works for us. You can figure out what works for you. So on that note, as you're retaining these customers, apart from giving them constantly good incentives to shop from you, you can set up stuff like email pop-ups, text marketing. You can just do a lot of giveaways on your socials as well, where they tag a lot of their friends, and they continuously engage with your content in exchange for possibly winning one of your giveaways that you do. And you can do giveaways as much as you want. So this is where your retention comes in. There's so many things you can do. You can even search on Google, like what are some of the other ways that you can retain customers, but I just said a few to you. As long as you have good products, your shipping is good, your customer service is good, you're collecting emails, you're collecting phone numbers, you're doing giveaways, you're DMing them with good offers, and you're consistently just doing that on a day-to-day basis, you will retain customers and they will go and refer other people as well. Just scaling your customers and your sales. Once you have enough products on the site, once you are creating enough organic content and collaborative content, UGC content on multiple platforms, naturally you're going to have more traffic coming. Let's say, for example, maybe you even have a marketing budget for Facebook ads, and you can go from $10 a day to $50 a day. Naturally, you're going to have more traffic on the site. So at that point, what you want to do is make sure your marketing funnels are set up properly. So those pop-ups that we were talking about, the text marketing, the email marketing, the giveaways, just getting their information, that makes them a little bit more of a warm lead versus just like cold traffic coming to your site from other UGC content, all social posts and Facebook ads. and really grasping those customers' info and then retargeting them with a bit more warm ads, incentives, giveaways, and so forth. The strategy here is jab, 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 right hook, just like Gary Vee says. Just like Gary Vee says, you want to be able to provide your customers value on a constant basis over and over and over again before you actually ask them for a sale. Scaling is going to take time. It is step 5 for a reason. You have to make sure you complete the first 4 steps properly to get to the scaling point even. And once you get to a scaling point, it's going to take months. It's going to take months, years on years on years. I'm 5 years into doing this, and other brands like Gymshark are 10, 12, 13 years into doing this. Lululemon is 25, 30 years into doing this, so maybe even more. So scaling is not going to come overnight. That's why it's called scaling. You're going to gradually increase day on day on day. You have to make sure you stack up your W's on a daily, collect data every day, provide value every day, create more content and more products every day, build relationships with your customers properly every day, and then I'll get to 0 to 50K, to 100K, to 500K, to a million, to a 2 million, and so forth. So that's about it. These are 5 steps on how to actually create a clothing brand, e-commerce brand online in 2024. To repeat, product designs, manufacturing, branding and marketing, retention, and then scaling. With that being said, see you guys in a couple days. Peace.